Today, we've got the Duramax pop test. This is something that I've done for family members and I think it's kind of fun, so I'm going to show you. This is at the final stages of a complete engine rebuild for a 2006 LBZ Duramax engine. These are common in all the Chevy trucks. It's actually a Isuzu product, but Chevy's adopted it, and it's a great platform as long as you make some positive fixes and changes as you go along. You see there in the video the little red plugs that we're going to use in a minute, but let's go over some of the parts of the engine here, some things that we've gone ahead and upgraded. We can start at the bottom here, the large black PPE aluminum oil pan, which is a great upgrade. This allows you to get a few quarts more of oil in there, but also it flattens out the surface, so when you do drain the oil, you actually have a chance in hell of getting all the oil out. Normally the oil stock pan will leave about 1.5 quarts plus inside the engine. That's why your engine oil is completely dirty every time you change it. If you all know these things, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We've also made some internal upgrades. The previous block that I replaced here had some damage based on some oiling problems. The pin on the crankshaft sheared for the oil pump. I replaced the block, and in doing so, I was not able to get a Cali's Durastar crankshaft. They're back ordered till Kingdom Come. So instead, I went with the factory unit, took it to the local machine shop, made sure they keyed it all the way through, and that's keying it all the way through the damper, the oil pump, and the timing gear. Should add some longevity to the whole assembly. All the bearings were replaced at that time, rod bearings, main bearings with Mala products. The piston rings are also Mala. The pistons were in great shape, the rods were in great shape, so I reused those. The studs are actually ARP. You can see by the markings on them. I got lucky when I bought the motor. It came with ARP studs in them, and I can reuse them, which is fantastic. When you're gifted ARP, you run with ARP. The main studs, came to me. The main studs are actually exotic, and also the rod studs, or the rod bolts are exotics as well. Had a lot of good luck with them. I've talked to other engine builders, and a lot of them have had great success with them. ARP is a fantastic product. They're creeping up in price. I would say Exotic's not far behind because they found their product is good too, and you're seeing some price increases there. But a good product all in all. Other modifications that were made, the oil pump was replaced with a Melling Geo rotor design. This is the latest design from Melling. It's supposed to flow 5–10% better than your stock unit. Also pinned that when putting that in. That's a common fail point as well, so make sure you pin that gear. Within the water pump, this is a stock AC delico unit. What I've done is gone ahead and gone inside and welded the back of it, welded the gear to the shaft. Be careful when you're welding that. Don't weld it too thick. There are some clearance issues there as far as depth, so you want to make sure you won't have any problems bumping into things as you go along. Some other upgrades, obviously a better mouthpiece. You're probably wondering why I have the bottle in there. You're the guy who actually puts a rag in there and forgets to take it out. I took apart a motor last year where I found the rag all the way down, sucked into here and into one of the ports on the intake side, 3 inches in. I couldn't believe it. The engine still ran, but that's one of the mistakes that some guys will make, is they'll shove a rag in there and forget to take it out. So be careful. Water bottle fits in there nicely. If you're a green tea drinker, the hard stuff like me, then that's an option as well. Over on this side, we did another upgrade, which was the L5P oil cooler. This is the much larger oil cooler to the stock unit that came out for most of the early years up through 16. There was a size increase, I think 17 through 19, and then I think another size increase, either 20 or 21. This is the bigger one from 2021 on, so nice upgrade there. The turbo got a little bit of a paint rebuild, but also internals. I went through and replaced the bearings and checked everything out, and everything's in great shape there. Upgraded exhaust manifolds, better flow, better design here. These are not a PPE product. These are from a company back east, NCB Diesel, but a nice upgrade nonetheless. Very much similar to the PPE product, which I'm a big fan of. This is a PPE product on this side. This downpipe, great. One thing you will run into is the bellows obviously stick out a little bit on some of these aftermarket units, and getting this to line up well is kind of a challenge, and also getting to your exhaust will be a little bit of a challenge. So I did move this up a little bit and I flattened out this mesh so that it would sit a little flatter. So hopefully that's, I know this is always a source of frustration when I get the motor back into the truck. Trying to get this damn pipe to line up makes me crazy. So, as I mentioned before, I did some changes to the firing order on this truck. This has an alternate firing order cam, one from Cali's. It's part number 270009. This is a stage 1 camshaft. Does not require any internal upgrades to the motor. All it is some simple wiring changes that actually have to occur. If you want those wiring changes, the Duramax store covers these in this sheet they have online. I scribbled some notes on here. Firing order, stock is 12784563. Alternate is 15634278. Sorry, this paper's pretty haggard. I use it in the garage. One thing I did find is the colors don't always match. This is consistent. I've done this on more than one truck, and I found that the colors don't match correctly. This is also designed to be done on the chassis wiring harness side and not necessarily the engine harness. I prefer to do it on the engine harness side. For me, it's just a matter of just tracking down the position and the connector and just changing it out and swapping it around. So do it how you'd like, but I figure the motor and the harness are going to probably stay together longer than the cab and the motor might. So depending on how it's run and how it's driven. So just an option there. Also, when doing the firing order, I use the Haynes book. There's a little reference guide. It's got some quick information, torque settings, other things. But it gives you the valve lash order that you're supposed to do on each of the compression strokes and the exhaust stroke for the motor when you're going ahead and setting the lash. I adjusted it and made my own cheat sheet so that it would make it a little easier for me to chase, just so I knew I was doing it in the correct order. A lot of guys don't do it this way. They just go ahead and do it by feel. They watch the valves go up and down and adjust accordingly, which is great too. Everybody's got their own way. So, but this is a test that I've done just to give me an idea of whether I've got some compression in there and if my firing order is correct. So this is not something super scientific. This is not going to give you a guarantee that your engine will run. This is none of that. This is merely a way for you to check it, verify it, make sure you're getting some pressure to allow or within the cylinders as you're verifying your firing order, and also just to have a little fun. So without further ado, we'll start the process here a little bit. We're going to go ahead and start. This should follow the firing order. Again, the alternate firing order: 1, 5, 6, 3, 4, 2, 7, 8. Odds are on this side, evens are on this side. 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6, 8. So here we go, without further ado. That's 8. It's amazing how much resistance created by these rubber little plugs. Again, 1-inch little plugs on a string, and how easy it moves without any plugs in it. I don't have to fight it at all. Which is another good way to test to make sure that you're not binding up on anything. But good little test, fun to do. If you got grandkids, they enjoy it too. So there you go, the Duramax pop gun.